welcome back to Search Everywhere Marketing. I am the co-founder of Search Everywhere Marketing, Bridget Brooks, and today is going to be a much more laid back day because like normally I come on here and I have a slide deck for you guys and I have a training for you guys, and I still have a training today. No slide deck, no screen share, just us. So let's go ahead and get into it. So last week, you watched us create the infrastructure for Apple Maps and for Google My Business and really for getting found. And this week is the engine, how you stay visible, build trust, and turn content into clients. This week, we're covering the 4 R's, the 4 C's, and really showing you what it takes to make it look like you're showing up everywhere, but maybe only doing 1 to 2 hours of work a week. So the 4 R's is the framework that I built my agency around, and it's what I teach inside of Omni 90, which is our monthly membership. So quick show of hands in the chat. How many of you are creating content but feel like it doesn't show up? Like you're speaking to the void, you're speaking to the ghost, and it's just not there for you. All right. Well, that feeling has a name, and it's called being stuck at R1. And R1 is what we call record. Now, the core idea of this is that everything starts with a source piece, right? One long form recording that is the seed of everything else. You already have the knowledge, you're not capturing it. This live right now is a record moment, right? It's a R1. But most people think that content creation means sitting down to make content. That's a little backwards. The record mindset is my expertise is the content. My job is just to capture it. Think of how many conversations you have every week with clients, with peers, on calls, where you drop gold and it just disappears into thin air. What if every one of those was recorded? So really, you see me show up here every single week, the same time on Wednesday, every single week. We put a podcast up every single Monday morning at 6 a.m. called Balancing the Scales. So really, this is R1. Those are R1 moments. And you can take those R1 moments and be able to distribute them everywhere at the click of a button. R2 is repurpose. And this is one that I don't see. Should never live and die as one piece of content. Repurposing is the multiplication strategy, not the copy and paste strategy. And the goal is to meet your audience where they already are without creating from scratch every time. So here we're creating a YouTube video. We'll then take this YouTube video and create next week's podcast based off of it. Now we have a YouTube video and a podcast. From that podcast, I'm going to take the transcript and create a blog and a LinkedIn article. So now from that YouTube video, I now have a podcast, I have a blog, and I have a LinkedIn article and a YouTube video. Then I'm going to take that YouTube video and I'm going to use a platform like Opus Pro or Munch, I think it's called Kept now. And I'm going to break those key moments out of that video into 3 to 5 short clips for Reels, for TikToks, and for YouTube Shorts. I'm going to grab the best quotes and make those into a graphic and a carousel. And then I'm going to take the core teaching of that video and email it to my email list. Do you see how we take one piece of content and turn it into 10 plus pieces of content? It's a very simple process to do, and it doesn't take long when you actually sit down and do something like this. So the things I want to talk about, maybe some things that I see that are common mistakes in R1 and R2. One common mistake in R1 is waiting to be ready. The people who win at content are not more talented. They've just started before they felt ready, right? And another big mistake that I see in R2 repurposing is that people repurpose without a destination. Every piece of repurposed content should point somewhere: a landing page, a free resource, an offer. If it doesn't land anywhere, it's just noise. And before I move on to R3, let's just talk about a time when we actually we repurpose it, right? Like if you go and looked at our Instagram today, and in fact, I think I can pull it up for you, or even our LinkedIn today. Oh, here we are. So this video right here on our Instagram is repurposed content from our training last week. This video right here is repurposed content from our blog. So it's very easy to do, and you can see us doing it real time on our social platforms. And another good example, if you go and look at one of my other brands, it's called RV Journey Genie. We don't have any content budget for that right now. But what we did is we took Josh's knowledge as an RV repair specialist and recorded him answering the top 10 questions to RVers, and then repurposed those into blogs and emails and short clips. That became the entire content foundation. So let's move on to our number 3. And our number 3 is retarget. And this is where I see people never make it to this point. They always drop the ball here. Now, the core idea on this is that posting is not marketing, right? Distribution is marketing. Retargeting means that your message is back in front of people who already showed interest. Warm audiences convert and cold audiences scroll. So people who watched your video, people who visited your websites, people who opened your email, people who commented on your post, or people who clicked on your link can all be people who can be retargeted. The rule of 7 came from the 1930s, and it was from a movie studio producer during one of the first times that movies were produced. And at that time, they said that you have to put your name, or that in his case, movie title, in front of someone 7 times before they want to take action on it. You guys, that was the 1930s. We're almost 100 years displaced from that. And we're beyond the digital age. We're now in the advanced AI age. So do you think that 7 times is still valuable? Well, it's valuable, but that's just your first chunk of it. It's more like 21 times. So if you're posting to YouTube, and then you're making a blog, and then you're making a graphic carousel, and then you're making 10 short reels on TikTok, all of this are those touch points. And it can be done very, very easily. Retargeting also isn't just people that already know you exist. It's targeting people that know you exist that haven't taken action yet. Your job is to show back up strategically. And retargeting isn't just through paid ads. Yes, we love paid ads. Meta and YouTube remarketing are so powerful, but it's also following up in the DMs with people who have commented. Email sequence triggered by link clicks, showing up consistently in someone's feed so that they keep seeing your name, and replying to every comment like it's a conversation, not a notification. So I had someone recently watch 3 of my YouTube the lives, right? They never commented, they never clicked, nothing. Today, I'm going to meet with those people because they booked a call. So it does work, right? And it was 2 months later that they booked a call and they said, "I feel like I've been in your world forever." That's retargeting working organically. So if you set up your retargeting correctly, I do it in Go High Level, and it's based on behavior based sequences that fire when someone clicks a link or visits a page. The people who don't buy the first time are not a lost cause, they're a retargeting audience. Now, the biggest mistake that I see with people in retargeting is that they have no infrastructure. You have no pixel in place. You have no email automation set up. You have no way to track behavior. If you can't retarget, you're just posting blind. The infrastructure has to come first, which is exactly what we talked about last week and in our other videos of building your Google My Business, building your Apple Maps, building your Yelp business page, building your LinkedIn company page, your Facebook analytics, all of that. All of those are the foundation for retargeting. Now, our number 4 is results. Results are not just the finish line, they're the fuel for the whole system. Every win is the transformation and a testimonial. That's a content asset. And results also mean data, knowing what's working so that you can do more of it often. Now, there's 2 types of results that you can show. You can show client and community wins with testimonials, transformations, screenshots, and before and afters. And then you can also show platform data wins, which is views, watch time, click through rates, and conversion rates. Both of those feed back into the machine. When you publish results, you're doing 2 things at once. You're building social proof and creating content. The most underused content format in any niche is the win that's screenshotted with text. So, some people in my community that hit a milestone this week, their instinct is to celebrate it privately. And if they're celebrating something, congratulate them in their DMs. So, this is what's possible when you start the path with R1, right? And you follow it through R4. One of the common mistakes that I see with R4 is treating it as an afterthought. People finish a program, they get a win, and they never share it, or they share it without tying it back to anything. Results need a through line. Here's what happened. Here's how. Here's what's next. So let me just pause real quick. Make sure I'm not missing any questions, which it doesn't look like I am. All right. So the 4 Rs only works as a system. It doesn't work as 4 separate ones. And you want to record and have a purpose with it, right? No more recording without repurposing, and no more repurposing without retargeting, because content that disappears doesn't do anything for you. And retargeting without results, no proof, means no trust. So, no proof, no trust, no repurpose, no retarget. You're just noise, right? So, if we touch on each one of these real quick, and especially on the common mistakes, R1 is record. Waiting until everything's perfect before hitting the record button. Perfection kills momentum. Don't do it. Only recording when you feel inspired. I certainly did not feel inspired to come sit here today and share the 4 Rs with you, but I still did my hair and put on my makeup and showed up, right? Going too short, 10-minute lives gives you almost nothing to repurpose. A 45-minute live gives you weeks worth of content. And then not treating the record like an asset. If you wouldn't save it, you shouldn't be creating it, right? Some common mistakes that I see with R2, which is our repurpose, is literal copy and pasting the same caption across every platform. Platforms punish lazy cross-posting. You heard it. You heard it here, guys. Platforms will punish lazy cross-postings. Repurposing without a system. Doing manually everything every time gets nothing done consistently. Skipping the transcript step. That, guys, if you skip the transcript step, you're basically saying, I don't want any business. Your transcript is the seed for your blogs, your emails, your carousels, and your captions. And then repurposing randomly instead of strategically leading people somewhere, meaning a landing page, a lead magnet, an offer, right? In R3, we have retargeting, and there's a lot that I see with retargeting. So let's just focus in on a few. And having 0 pixel or tracking infrastructure means that you're just publishing blind. Thinking that retargeting is only for paid ads, organic retargeting exists. Think email sequences, DM follow-ups, and commenting for engagement. Retargeting cold audiences instead of warm ones. Retargeting works because the person already knows you. And never following up on your own content. If someone's commented and you don't reply, that's dead retargeting opportunity. So, how we turn that one piece into 4. Guys, there's so many ways that you can do this. I use Go High Level personally to schedule all of my content out. Everything that you see on YouTube gets scheduled through Go High Level. Everything you see on TikTok gets scheduled through Go High Level. And there's lots of platforms that you can do that with. You can do that with ManyChat. You can do that. Hootsuite, I think, is still around. You can do it with that. There's so many different platforms that you can do that with. That to be creating content individually, daily, is really failing to plan. So don't do that. If you have any more questions about the 4 R's or creating content or getting seen everywhere your dream client is, I want to encourage you to visit our website at www.searcheverywheremarketing.com. On our website, guys, it's a world of resources. If you go to our resource page, you'll see a webinar and resources podcast. We have a free audit checklist that you can get today and start working on getting your omnipresence really pushed out. I'm Bridget Brooks, co-founder of Search Everywhere Marketing, and that's all I have for you guys today. Go take advantage of the 4 R's. Record, repurpose, retarget, and get it done. Bye.